The only other time we were fully closed was during the Second World War from 1942 to 1946. So the Department of National Defense, who had already moved in 1939, was like, no, we need the entire grounds, and our board decided to close down the fair.
We're here in the archive section at the exhibition place, and for the second time in its history, the CNE is closed, but this time they're going virtual and bringing you a few experiences, including a walk through history and a walk through its haunted past.
One of our tasks year-round is to digitize our collection and make it available online. So we've picked and chose some topics that are kind of more important to us and kind of interesting to us. So history of the grandstand, history of the band shell, some stuff about the First and Second World War. And we've created these online infographics and exhibits that people can explore and see some of our photography.
Today we had a chance to take a closer look at some of this history, and it's something the public will be able to experience too, but virtually.
We have somewhere in the range of, a couple 100,000 photos in the collection. Photos from the old grandstand shows back when they were history pageants, grandstand posters, when people like Elton John performed here. We have a grounds map that's a pop-up grounds map from the 1970s, so you can kind of see the evolution of the grounds. Food and agriculture are really important to us. So we have old samples from the 1930s that were given out in the Pure Foods building. So like Nielsen's cocoa.
Non-edible.
Non-edible. Non-edible. We have, though, a weird piece that, some would argue is kind of edible still, maybe. A piece of fruit cake from 1967.
In addition to this really old fruitcake, the archives also hold some interesting Midway prizes from the past.
Just after the Second World War, it's a gas mask that was actually a Midway prize.
The building which houses these archives is also apparently haunted. In fact, the CNE is said to have a haunted past, and that's another virtual event being showcased this year.
We have our virtual ghost tours, a series of videos that you can find on thex.com. This building has a couple of different kind of ghost stories that are associated with it. Of course, the night watchman. So the story goes that a colleague from the past was working at her table, and she looked up and she saw a gentleman in a security uniform just kind of looking at her. And then she looked down and she looked back up and he was gone. And you can hear from time to time, especially when it's quiet, like the door jangling to just make sure that it's locked.
In addition to these lessons in history, the CNE will also feature some of its favorite shows and recipes. The CNE at Home will go virtual from August 21st to September 7th. For City News, I'm Stella Acquisto.